In today's episode, we take in the sights and sounds at the iconic V&A Waterfront. We also spend some time with Abdullah Dutton, the host of the Prime Talk segment. We visit Cape Town's own pirate ship, the Jolly Roger. Actor Irvine Van Der Merwe, who plays Nazim on the popular soapie St. Worcester, joins us for a Turkish lunch at Sarai and a beautiful sunset cruise in the picture-perfect Table Bay. And the host of today's show, Abdullah Dutton.
Welcome to Prime Culture, a brand new lifestyle show that will show you the good in good life. With us, you'll experience great things, you'll meet interesting people, you'll travel to amazing places and taste fabulous foods, and even help you stay fit.
So I'm here today at the V&A Waterfront and I'm standing with Isa Yaqub, owner of Yaqub Yachts. And next to me we have the Grand Jolly Roger, Cape Town's most famous pirate ship. Tell me, welcome Mr. Yaqub.
Welcome.
How did you get into this business?
Yeah, as I said, I was first a school teacher, but I also had ambitions to be a business person. So 94 election allowed us generation to think out of the box and what opportunities there will be for us as business entrepreneurs or people who want to get into business. As I saw, teaching was a great step of getting to business, and I wanted to take advantage of the new industry, the tourist industry for Cape Town to get involved. I was always passionate about boats, and I decided I'm going to build my first boat. Our family have a minibus taxi association or taxis, and I want to have taxis on water, and that is how it started, to have taxis from the land and the taxis on water. So that is how the tourism boat industry started. And then what happened, I first have sailing boats because that became extremely popular. But what we defined that the sailing boats are very designated only for a upmarket or what we call an A-income group. And I came about to say, I need a boat that appeals to both rich, poor, middle class, all different colors and all different ages. And one day I was sitting watching Pirates of the Caribbean and I said, there's the answer. It caters for the youth, it caters for everybody. I call it the Kentucky boat, and I start drawing. In fact, you see Jack Sparrow, I am a Jack Sparrow myself. I am, yes, when I dress up, I dress Jack Sparrow. It's always been Johnny Depp. If you can smell me, the Johnny Depp perfume too. And that whole fantasy, I wanted to put it together. And this is a fantasy boat. And the boat, as I call, is a Kentucky boat, meaning everybody is Kentucky. No matter what age group, no matter how rich or poor you are, we eat Kentucky. And that is what this boat appeals to. Unlike the yachts, which are for the glamour people, the super yachts, this boat appeals for those who want to have Peter Pan, Pirates of the Caribbean, and have that fantasy and dress up and just lose yourself and be part of the fantasy.
This definitely takes me back to my youth. Hey?
Yeah, you can see we've got the cannons, we've got the balls, we've got the skull and bones, lots of wood, teak wood. You must feel that you're on a pirate ship as much as
Be honest with me, how old is this ship?
The boat is only 9 years old. It was built brand new in Hout Bay. And the most important part was, it was in my luck, they were shooting black sails.
Yeah?
Remember the studio?
Yes.
Those guys came here and did the aesthetics of the boat. Otherwise, I would not have given all these beautiful
I actually want to have a look what it... Follow me upstairs, Willem. Let's have a look what it looks like up here.
The Jolly Roger is the only pirate boat in South Africa. It has a capacity of 75 passengers and is particularly popular as a party boat for themed year-end parties.
As well, unfortunately, it's covered, but the steering wheel is pretty much very authentic as well, like you have in the olden days. Let's just take this off here. Sit there, Captain. Design a boat like this. You got to feel you're driving a proper, real pirate ship.
Yeah.
You know, as least modern stuff as possible.
Mr. Yaqub, COVID obviously affected you as it affected most of the tourism industry. How did you revive, or what are you doing to revive your business?
So first of all, if I look at just about the pirate ship, but COVID, in all the media, we were the first to be affected and the last to be affected. COVID destroyed the tourism industry, most 50% of the business that could never recover. What we cleverly done was, when this happened, to revive ourselves, we by accidentally fit into the open air attraction, which, if anybody can remember, the government promoted open air, so they believe the virus is not going to affect you that much. So open air, and people wanted to do things outdoors and activity. People become very aware about preciousness about life and experiencing life. So what I've done to kickstart the industry, the people that were affected mostly, which we always forget, are the entertainers, the singers, the actors, and the entertainers. I then call all Cape Town prominent entertainers, you know, your big names, Emo Adams, Lukman Adams, Noor Abrams, said, guys, we work, collaborate together. You were sitting at home doing nothing. So we created on this pirate ship a stage. That's the stage there, with action, nice DJs, sound equipment, and we actually then started running shows, which first of all helped them and helped my business. These shows became sold-out events.
Wow!
In 2021. Towards the end of 2020, and that was the biggest opportunity for us to revive, to get us into social media, because it's a very Instagrammable activity, and it also put bread on these people's food, because remember, now we can go to the theaters to see them perform, and this is our people, amazing to support them. Now when I say our people, we lost the entire international market, Shamil.
Yes.
The airports were closed. We were on a red list twice. So we had to work with the local community to appeal to and support your local artists in local business. So domestic tourism became the biggest market, which was the smallest market. Pre-COVID, we had an 80% foreign market.
And
now we have a
currently?
70% local
market.
Local, and also from the African continent. Remember, Africa could travel to us, but the rest of Europe and everyone else shut us down. And we now inherited this market and will stay with us. So the other market which is an interesting market, is the Indian market, and very exciting, the Arab market. Arab, UAE, Saudi Arabia, etc. coming here for my winter. So remember, after your summer season, we're now back into square one, because now winter comes. And we inherited amazingly also the marketing strategy of government, your Arab market, your Arab and your E market, because once again, Cape Town being one of the 5 most beautiful cities in the world, always win the awards, hands down, has now also have discovered that we cater for that outdoor market, the hiking, the cycling, the kayaking, other than your normal traditional tourism. But what we didn't have, we call it the secret season. In a winter, we're cold, but not really cold. 12 degrees, not cold. So your Middle Eastern market, where 45 degrees, when it's our winter, it's their summer, they want to experience the rain.
Yes.
And then they came to experience rainfall. They can wear the jackets, and they can buy the Zara clothing and all the different clothing, and they just tenfolded. It's just like amazing how COVID had transformed this industry forever, for a market which never was there before. And that is very exciting for us in tourism, that we have inherited this new market. Also the fact, by coincidence, Cape Town are very popular for its Muslim community. And then they started what they call a Muslim-friendly market.
Yes.
You can't say halal-friendly. It's either halal or not halal.
Yes.
It's now become Muslim-friendly, meaning there is halal food, but some people, there is drinks and liquor, etc. And the organization was called Muslim-friendly, and market as a Muslim-friendly, with all the mosque and all the halal foods, and cater for that market. And by having marketing that, our industry have changed forever and forever as what it was pre-COVID. And that's the exciting part of it. We as Yaqub Yachts, who are in the yachting business, falls then into that umbrella for people want to do open air and activity. You know, Sam, what is very crazy, it's cold and rainy, and we normally shut down And the Saudis will say, no, we want to go out, we want rain on the water.
They want it,
So
yeah.
South Africa's
Because if you
Cape
look at the
Town, we want to go
experience,
fireplaces.
yeah.
No, they want to be.
It's something that they don't know, so for them it's obviously something to be out there.
Absolutely.
To see the rain on the water is
Like
good for
this
them, yeah.
weekend I went to see the Sirius Mountains in the snow. I went to suffer, but I was so amazed to see snow.
Exactly.
Crazy hiking,
Yeah.
same thing. You
Same
know?
thing, yeah.
Experience the cold where other people live nuts. They're the same. So that is the exciting part of being in this tourism industry, which was the first hit and the last hit. But a reborn after a fire, the rebirth of the new tourism sector is extremely exciting. And I'm very positive what's lying ahead, and I'm positive for the new markets we inherited and the way forward.
I was born in the UK to mixed race parents. My father's English from a family which we can trace our origins back to the year 738. So on my father's side, we are English, French, Welsh, Scot. And then on my mother's side, I am Indian, Afghan, Mongolian, Pakistani. So I have a broad genetic makeup. So when I reflect on my childhood, I never felt that I was one thing or the other. I never felt that I was white or that I was brown. And I would go to my father's parents' house, and there you'd sit at a table with your back up straight. You spoke if you were spoken to, and you used a knife and fork. At my mother's parents' house, it was all the uncles, all the aunties, all the cousins on the floor with a big plate of food, and you know, it was fighting over the bone marrow, because if you didn't take it first, then your cousin was going to eat it. But it never felt strange. I wasn't one thing or the other. I was always both. And I think that's why when I came out to South Africa in 2006, 18 years old, fresh out of school, I fell in love with the country immediately. I wasn't the only one who was this, what they call mixed masala, mixed pot. You know, everyone that I met either genetically was a mix of different races, or just from their upbringing had constantly been exposed to various cultures, various religions, various ways of life, and various ways of thought. And I fell in love with the country, and I've been here since. To take a step back, my decision to come to South Africa from the United Kingdom at the age of 18 on a gap year was driven by the fact that my Sheikh, Dr. Abdul Qadir Sufi, Rahimullah, was living in Cape Town at the time. And on arrival in the country, I remember my first meeting with him in Cape Town. And at that point in time, in theory, I was in Cape Town on a gap year. So I was staying for a year, 18 years old, and I was going back to London to take up a place at the London School of Economics to read economics and statistics. And after that first encounter, Sheikh Abdul Qadir said to me that he wanted me to study at his college, the Dallas College, which is a college of leadership based in Cape Town. And I immediately said yes. And then I realized I had just given my word to my Sheikh that I was going to stay here. When I look back on my journey as a whole, One of the biggest responsibilities I feel that I have, and it often becomes a weight on my shoulders that I need to actively remove and speak softly and nurturingly to myself about, is the education that I've received. So my parents sacrificed massively to put me through one of the best schools in the United Kingdom, and I'm extremely grateful for that. And then coming to South Africa was exposure to a completely new world, a completely new way of observing existence, a completely new way of thinking, and access to the Dallas College, which gave me a grounding in psychology, sociology, philosophy, and leadership as an all-round theme. From there, I had experience in an arena that very few people have access to, which is the world of the military-industrial complex and the buying and selling of arms and armaments throughout Africa, which exposed me not only to a specific strata of society that thinks in a certain way, but also to what happens on the ground and what's really moving economically, politically, etc. And from there, I was taken into Sheikh Abdul Qadir's household and mentored directly, one-on-one, by him over a 3-year period. And then, having realized that up until this point in my life, I didn't have any formal degree from a university, I embarked on doing an MBA at the University of Cape Town, which I completed in 2019, and almost brought all of my experience and education in varying other fields all together and under the banner of a formal and respected global degree. And after completing my MBA, I think there was a naivety in myself that I believed that on getting this degree, suddenly I would get an amazing job and have a huge salary coming in monthly, which wasn't the case. And at this point, I was married, I had my first child, and with a number of different factors that were happening around me, I slipped into a depression that took me to some really dark places. And it was through this period that I felt that this can't be life. Like this, there has to be more than what I'm experiencing now. And so I went on a journey to find out how I can firstly get out of this rut, and secondly, start to thrive. And at that point, one of the people that I had gone on the Hajj with, a man named Rashad Ahmed, who had since become a very successful life coach, I reached out to him and I began a journey with him where he got me out of my rut. And he basically said to me that I had been one of his easiest client to get from wherever I was at to the point that he got me to. From there, he suggested that I learn the tools and techniques that he used to get me from A to B so that I can take other people from A to B. And since then, that has been one of my driving forces. And what I'm passionate about is taking everything that I've learned from my education, so including my understanding of the political situation of the world, the psychological state of man, the historical context of man in our time, and my coaching, and the inward dimensions and the mental practices in order to be healthier and better, and putting them all together into this thing that I'm calling initially Overman theory, but that I'm moving now to Overman practice. The Victoria and Alfred Waterfront is developed on the old Royal Navy Yard, named after Queen Victoria and her second son Alfred. He visited the Cape Colony in 1860 as a 16-year-old Royal Navy midshipman. With the V&A Waterfront still being a working harbour, you get to see fishing boats and large container ships, all while doing your shopping at over 450 retail outlets, including fashion, homeware, jewellery and more. Receiving over 23 million visitors a year, the V&A Waterfront has become the place to be, mixing art, culture, entertainment and food. Lunch is at Sarai Restaurant, named after the Turkish word meaning palace. This fully halal restaurant is situated in the Clock Tower district of the iconic V&A Waterfront. The superb food on offer will instantly transport you to Istanbul from the comfort of your chair.
Let's wait now, man. Afiyet olsun. Afiyet olsun. Enjoy your meal. Thank you.
Today we have Istanbul platter for two to joining with our brunch. Inside is Adana kebab, köfte,
Küfte.
peynir cheese, bread, lahmacun, burger rice, and the salad on the sides. Inside drumsticks, wings, lamb chops, and tavuk shish, typical Turkish dish. Each one of them, its taste is different and serving is different. So the lahmacun itself is an individual meal on our menu, but we made it combined together to make it mixed grill, to sharing on the table with your family or your friend. Afiyet olsun. Bon appétit.
You can relax in the beautiful surroundings and enjoy authentic Turkish food, kahva, chai and nargile. Afiyet olsun. visit to the V&A Waterfront is not complete without a boat ride. Thamir and Irvine enjoyed a sunset cruise on one of the luxurious Yakub yachts, where sushi was the catch of the day.
Check it out, new channel 345 DSTV coming up. New content. That's how we go.
Irvine, look at where we are.
Hey man.
Hey? Is
You are
there a
the
better
better,
place
boy.
in the world,
Hell
a better
no.
city in the world than Cape Town?
The mother city, that's why they call it the mother. It started here. I believe civilization started here. Look at this man.
You played a villain on one of South Africa's best, most watched daytime soaps.
The best.
and even just walking here, I see people stopping you, asking to take pics with you and calling you Nazim. How does it feel, portraying a Muslim character on stage and or on screen? A lot of people actually think that you are actually, they would assume that you are Muslim.
Most deaf. That to me is just sort of a justification for me doing my job. You know what I mean? Like it basically is telling me, yo, you're doing a good job, I guess, Because I live for this, man. You know what I mean? Like, I've been in the industry for 20 years now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's been a hectic journey. I was the Waterfront Theatre School here. And while I was studying there, I was like, wow, man. Because then the industry wasn't like it was now, like it is now, you know what I mean? So if you want to do television, you had to go to Joburg or, you know what I mean? So I prayed like, wow, just bring us a soap in Cape Town,
Yes.
you know what I mean? At that stage. So basically now I'm living my dream because I really prayed back then, listen, just give me work at the beach, man. I want
Yeah.
to stay in the sea. I mean, like Cape Town is one of the most like awesome cities all over the world.
If you look at
Bro,
this
yo,
trip that we're doing today as
yo,
well, yeah.
it's like. On the question of the Muslim character, I must say I've learned so much from Nazim. You know what I mean? Especially the Muslim culture and you know, the warmth of it. Because I mean, like, you know, it tends to, the world view of the Muslim culture tends to be very, very contrived, very negative at times, whatever. But for me, playing Nazim and engaging with, you know, the storylines, it really showed me a very humble, peaceful side to Islam, you know, which made me, it intrigues me. I actually want to delve into it more, you know, like even learning about the martial arts form Silat, you know, and hearing that there's a master in Cape Town. I actually want to look him up now and just, you know.
And we're definitely doing that trip to Istanbul.
Bro, I'm there. I'm so taking my Turkey, bro. Oh, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, listen, it's a blessing to me. I really enjoyed it. I appreciate it, you know, because to be a working actor is such a blessing.
Am I allowed to ask what's next for Nazim?
You see, I can't because then I'm going to lose my job. But I mean, there's some really interesting storylines. I mean, we've been nominated for a couple of awards. Best Soapy is one of them. So, you know, people are really they really love themselves into the soap. I mean, we're getting responses from the Netherlands, from the UK, from Australia. People that don't even speak Afrikaans.
You were in Namibia recently.
Yes,
and I saw
man.
that it actually
Wow,
blew up.
bro.
Tell us a bit about that.
We so used that side. I didn't know. I underestimated our following. I mean, we went for holiday and it became work because everybody just wanted to do an interview and this brand wanted to be associated. So, I mean, wow, Namibia, much love. We'll be back.
After Nazim, is there anything else in the pipeline?
Hey, look,
Currently, or anything else you're working on?
Hey, look, I'm nice with Nazim now. I'm in a good spot. And there's a lot of growth for the character as well. You know, like the producers as well. They also like, no, bro, we have so much we can, you know, because Nazim is there's so much you can because he's not like in a box. He's so versatile in terms of his approach to things and whatever. So, I mean, I'm excited for his future as well. But I mean, I'm a creative person, so I always want to create. And I mean, I'm with you with the one-on film.
Yes.
You know, we're always creating. So, I mean, Nazim is just part of it. So I'm always creating. You know what I mean? So definitely.
And being such a nice guy, you know, because I mean, I know you well now. And you're a very nice guy.
Thank you.
Playing the antagonist, or you're playing like the bad guy, do you have to adapt to yourself, or is it just method acting, or is it just something that becomes easy?
Well, I guess you said a method, you know, because I studied at the Waterfront. We did Stanislavski, and you know what
Yes.
I mean, Lee Strasberg, all that. So I went into acting for the arts of it, finding the character, getting it, being in theater, because theater is like my first love, you know, because I mean, that's where you know, because, you know, you lives, you can't cut. So you have to have the audience at your lips all the time, and you got to improvise.
What do you prefer, theater or TV?
Hey, look, listen, theater's always a love, but I mean, hey, for TV and stuff, I tend to warm up to it now and stuff, and it's really cool, man. I mean, wherever I can create and perform, bro, I'm happy. You know what I mean?
I tend to feel that you get more a bigger adrenaline rush from theater.
Most def.
Because you have the live
Because, bro,
audience.
if you mess up, you have to think on your feet. You see,
There's no take two or take three.
Dude, I mean, but I'm grateful that I have that background and I have the you know, the how can I say, my basis, my foundation is theater, because it's a discipline, man. You get me? Like ballet and all that, because the thing is, at Waterfront, I had to do ballet, I had to do modern, I had to do everything. So I'm basically a triple threat, you know, musical theater, all I can sing a bit, I can dance, I can do choreography. So I'm thankful for that, you know. So like I said, man, wherever I can be creative, bro, it's about that. And you know, artists are agents for change. Change is constant, so bro, you know, we about that. We have the responsibility to inspire, man. You know what I mean? I believe.
In next week's episode, we visit the Artscape Theatre in the heart of Cape Town Central, where we will be watching the Women's Day festivities. We meet up with actors Penny and Karen to talk about their unique African performance art piece. Local filmmaker V&A showcases a movie focusing on gender-based violence. We talk to Marlene Leroux, CEO of the Artscape Theatre, on the future of this great establishment and her plans to integrate the Artscape experience with the greater Cape Town community. Labib Levy, Stormers coach, joins us for Derby Day between Vineyards Rugby Club from Paarl and Collegians from Mitchells Plain.
Thank you for watching this episode of Prime Culture. Tune in next week, same time, same place.